There we go.
God, these
The
guys.
Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen. That's true. We're missing one, like all the way over there. The big
Yeah.
guy, right over there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Episode number 4. Appreciate you guys being here. We got Runyon in the middle. Thank you, Runyon, first show. Thank you for coming here. We got Mr. Bacor down on the end. And we got Mr.
Pecor. Wow.
And Mr. Sullivan.
What's up there, Pecker?
I mean, do you want me to call you Mr. Green, Mr. Red, Mr. Blue? I'm Mr. Brown, Chip Brown.
We're the
I'll take
reservoir
Mr.
dogs
Black.
over here.
Yeah. Where's Pink? Mr. Pink. That's the one. I don't want to be him. All right, guys. We're talking about the mighty Gorgoroth. Is that how we say it? Gorgoroth?
It's Gorgoroth.
See, nobody gets it right. I love
Dude,
this game.
hold on. Let me just say this right here. It is Gorgoroth. And if you refer Gorgoroth, if you refer back to like I think the early 2000s when Bones did a spoof on black metal, it's Scully. Scully.
Okay. So Gorgoroth is a Norwegian black metal based out of Bergen, wherever Bergen is. I don't know where it's at.
They did a live album there with 2 songs.
That's right.
They're Vikings.
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
They were formed in 92, but do you know where they get their name from?
From, was it Tolkien?
That's right. From J.R.R. Tolkien, from Lord of the Rings. Mordor. So the land of Mordor, that's where they got it from. I'm like, you're a bunch of sucking nerds.
No, actually, well, the thing is that name came from the Silmarillion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I am a Tolkien fan.
That's how much I gave a shit.
Everything I have is Lord of the Rings.
Being with this band, before we get into it, we have 2 sponsors today. First one is my brother's Wars. Going pretty good. He's doing a May the 4th be with you today sale. You Star Wars people.
Star Wars Day.
So if you buy 3, you get your 4th one free. So he's doing that. So if you do that, you can come down here. He's getting, that's my dad. Tell me that's not me, but bigger. That is totally me.
It's you.
It is totally. I wish I had those glasses.
Yep.
He's up to
And one day you'll be the Unabomber. I love you.
So every, I don't know if Runyon knows this, but every time my brother sells something, he puts $1 towards MS. So every time, so he's up to 18 now. Has a lot more coming. He makes them himself and everything. Customized colors and everything, whatever you want. He'll do it. Don't ask what the mystery bag is. It could be a bag of poop. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Set at the fire.
No one there.
It's the mystery bag. So, Loris, he makes them at home. He'll ship them to you. Good to go. And the next one is yes, Fakor.
No, I mean, I was going to say, at the end of this, send me the email because my brother-in-law and my nephew are big in, they love fishing.
Gotcha.
So I will turn them on to this.
Okay.
Because it's local.
Whoever watched this video, the description's going to be below with his site to go to. And also our second sponsor, Mickey, take it away.
All right, how y'all doing? I'm this is like this is what we are going to be having, if I can get the camera right. This actually holds a phone. It is a gnome, but I can do other things for you. But this right here is for the audience. This will be a giveaway. My way of kind of helping out Mark and everything. So Mark, I'm going to say it this way, share, like, and whoever does that, we will do a drawing and you'll get this.
Yes, which is pretty cool. He does a lot of 3D printing stuff, so if you ask him to do stuff, he'll see what he can do and do it for a real good,
Yep.
So
Yeah, I gotta get one of those.
yeah.
Of the phone stands, or the skull.
Yeah, the little shaky skull. Yeah.
Little shaky skull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, just real quick, this is filled with obsidian. So I use the obsidian to negate negative energy. So I got you, man. I got you.
That's right. And no voodoo shit up in here.
That's right.
No,
Not in my house.
No.
I don't mess with that.
No voodoo shit. All right, guys.
I prefer to be a solitary.
Are you ready? Are you ready to eat a ham sandwich and go say hi to Satan really quick? Are we ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Sure.
I have to
All right,
admit,
bring it on.
this band to me gets kind of pushed to the side because of the whole Dimmu Borgir and everything that came from Norwegian. They don't get really talked about, but they're up there with a lot of black metal from that scene. So don't get me wrong, it was kind of hard to listen to them, but I do appreciate them. I do appreciate what they do. I don't believe in what they say, but I can at least believe in the music that they're at least telling. You know what I mean? I can't fault them for liking something like that. So
I can definitely get behind the musicianship for sure.
I guess everybody can agree on the musicianship to a certain degree.
Are you referring to the Satanic Church kind of thing? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. When I let my coworker, I said, "Hey man, I do this show. We're doing a band called Gorgoroth." He's like, "Who?" I said, "That's even better. Listen to an album." And he's like, first song, he's like, "Dude, I can't do it." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Dude, the whole song is just them saying Hail Satan the whole time." He's like, "I can't do it."
That's the one you picked?
That's the one. I know which one
That's
you
the
picked.
one?
Yeah, that's the one. So I don't know. I can appreciate what they did, especially coming back, from '92 and being that scene is pretty cool to a certain point. So
Sure.
But how we're going to do this, we'll spin it. If one of you guys listen to that album, I'd like you guys to go first, and then we'll listen apply from there. Sound good?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Let's fuck this monkey. Spin the wheel. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, it's easy to listen to, but it's only 30 minutes,
Well, on the most part, that's 25, 26 to 30 minutes,
Yeah.
I listened to a couple albums while I cut the grass the other day.
All right. This is their
That's good.
newest
It's good
one.
grass cutting music.
Yeah.
All right. That is
I agree.
That's their newest one.
I agree. That is
Under the size of
that's what 2015 that one came out.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me that they haven't made anything in a while. But what I found out was they're going through legal battles right now.
Get out of town. Who would have thought?
Instinctious Bestialis.
Yeah.
You get extra
Wonder what
credit.
that's about.
You get extra credit if you can say these names. So
yeah, I sat down and tried to figure that one out to the best of my knowledge. And Instinctious Bestialis or some shit like
I
that.
feel like it's probably like Animal Instinct or something, maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so.
It's honestly, it kind of sounds like
I'm
a
not,
little bit of
I'm
Latin.
not Norwegian. But
Yeah, Latin. Yeah. A lot of their albums, being Norwegian, it's kind of the language, the language barrier or whatever. But
you also got to think there's also a lot of, if you look at a lot of the names of the songs, there's also a lot of, since they are Norwegian, there's a lot of Viking and a lot of Norse in some of their stuff too. Yeah, if you want to reference Twilight of the Twilight of the Idols, I think
Yeah,
that's one of the other ones.
yeah.
But last song on Antichrist, I believe, was Sarg or Scrog.
Shrug. Yeah.
So, yeah, and that
Yeah.
right there is like 100%. And actually, it didn't even feel like, you know what? I'm going to stop and wait till we get to it.
Well, okay. Who listened to that album? Runyon and
I did.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Too?
That was the first album. The first
one
album
was
I was
that?
introduced to.
This one, the BCS or Antichrist?
Antichrist.
Okay. Well, we're talking about the newest
Yeah,
one. if you
sorry.
want. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
All right, Runyon, you take it away because you're the first one. You're the newest.
I mean, what can I say? It all sounded the same. It was a lot of I don't know. I'm not a black metal connoisseur, so I mean, out of all of them, there was a song "Burning Is Light" that I thought like stood out the most out of all of them that I liked. I mean,
Do you notice in a lot of their music? Well, how many albums did you listen to?
Like I said, I sat on the mower the other day for a couple hours and just didn't play. So I couldn't tell you when it went from one album to another, and I couldn't lie. You know, there's a few songs where I had to click to the next because I was like, whoa, this I just couldn't do it.
It can be abrasive sometimes. Yeah, I hear you.
I did the same.
Yeah. Now,
Just skimmed through it.
well, what I notice is there's gaps in their music from years, and what I noticed when I listened to all of them. It kind of hits
Well, it's
about.
your show.
I kind of have to, right? So what happened with me is when it hits where you got Pentagram, Antichrist, Under Sign of Hell, and Destroyer. Those four, think of Metallica's four, right? That's like their identity about who they are, right? And as soon as it got to like Satan, Twilight, and everything else, it was like a different Gorgoroth to me. It was like two Inceptions.
I feel like there's got to be a different singer in there somewhere too.
Every album has almost a different band member on every one except the guitarist.
Yep.
It's always a different singer on every album. I like that though because of the whole fact it's a different I guess the word fresh. That's exactly the word I was going to say.
Yep.
The one thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I you know what's going to be funny to me? It's not a bad album from them.
It's really not. I think that's probably the best produced one out of all of them.
True, Mickey.
I was gonna say, I mean, I really did not get a chance to get through that one, but you know, I grew up knowing them pretty well because of my background, and I mean, every once in a while, what I liked about it, it goes from the screaming, which is like that, and that's annoying sometimes, but sometimes you get that dark undertone voice, almost like you're listening to Rammstein a little bit, but there's no techno to it, and then. All of a sudden, you kind of get this like it's no longer black metal; it turns into doom metal.
Yes.
So it's like that flip. It's that flip flop.
I love that.
You have the thrash. You have the thrashy prog kind of blast beats, but the drummer is playing jazz beats on top of blast beats. So and then all of a sudden it's like like Scrog. It goes straight to doom metal, and it's like it's not just doom metal; it's Viking doom metal.
When they quit doing that type of I gotta play fast as I can, the same like sound and everything, and they go to like they kind of went progressive to that doom, dude. They lock on fucking
and they did good with it.
So,
Yes.
what do you give the rating of that album, though? What would you rate it out of 10?
Funyun or me?
Whoever listened to it.
I mean, I
That's
would
fun.
if I would give it. I'd give it at least an A.
Okay. What about you, Ray?
I'd concur with that.
Okay. All right, we'll go A. We'll start with A. A is not bad. A to me is listenable, right? B is listenable. A is you listened to more than half of it and enjoyed it, to me. So, okay, A is good.
I
dude.
did like that. I did like that Rage song that was on there. That spoke to me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or come night or burn in his light. Those two.
Like that little
Burn in His
that
Light was
section.
That's a good one.
I like
Yeah,
that
that
one out of
section-
all of them. But that's
yeah.
my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, like that middle part of the album, I think is
It
probably
is.
the.
Yeah. That I could see it. I would give it a B, even if you said B, I would have agreed with it. But hey, dude, that's cool to me. You know, talking about a band we don't know about. It's like trying to
Right.
get the best candy out of the fucking bag. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to. You almost can take 5 albums and pick and make another album just with it.
Awesome.
You know?
Yep.
And that, my friend, is Quantos pasta. Pasta and ravioli? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I don't know. There was.
Quantos pasta centurium tratahat.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I truly
Yes.
I truly wish I could see the words of the album, to see the words. That way I could pronounce it because I can speak a little bit of Latin. So, yeah, thank you, Funyun. Thank you. That helps so much.
Yeah, that helps.
So much.
That's like me doing it too.
No.
See, there it is, right there.
Better luck next time.
Read it, Mickey. Read it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to turn the Wi-Fi
He's
on.
gone.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
So
I'm still here.
what I noticed about this album, so what I did is I would take 2 albums and listen to them all day, round the clock. I made a playlist, right? So this album, the last one we just did, and the one before this one is Ad Morem Santos, whatever. I put all 3 of those together. That was probably the best sounding, like, if you put them together to me, I could go through it and listen to it. Like it was
Yeah, this one was definitely more listenable.
It was. That song to me, Human Sacrifice. I think that was a really good song because they had really progressive, even more moments in this too. And that I like that appeal to, I think that's where Demi Borgir comes in for me a lot because they have that range of them. They're just like machine gun fire on you in a war, and they keep shooting the machine guns. Demi Borgir likes to throw rockets and like to bomb you and do stuff from with fire, and you know what I mean.
And set up landmines.
They are multi-purposed.
Yeah.
I just sometimes when you have a one-trick pony, it gets kind of burnt out. I think I like these later albums because they expanded the sound but still kept the focus. To me. Any of you guys listen to this album?
I did.
Yeah, I can't say that I
Okay.
purposely
I did not
listened to
get a
it, but like I
chance.
said, I hit play and I'm pretty sure I heard everything at some point,
Yeah.
throughout the week. But
This
I
is
did
not a bad.
listen to this one.
If you liked the last one, this is right around here. I would give this a B out of it. What do you think, Sullivan? B?
Yeah, I mean there were some songs where I was kind of like, what are you doing here? But
That's why I say it's kind of listenable to a certain point. You do have to skip some tracks. I personally will give it a B.
It got to the point where it's like, all right, let's move on to the next thing.
I have to say, my brother, I talked to him today, and he was like, "Look, man, I can't be on the show. I didn't listen to any of those albums, and furthermore, I didn't want to listen to those."
I mean,
fair enough.
I'm like,
I can appreciate that, but
I can appreciate it too. Like I probably wouldn't pick these guys out to listen to on purpose either, but
I picked a couple songs to throw into the gym list. That's it. I just picked, and I feel like a lot of these bands, you want to give them a chance, but when you're just trying to listen to it and you're like, this is ridiculous. What is going on here? But that's where, again, we have to appreciate, like, what
they're very tight, and they have definitely mastered the blast beat.
Yep,
they did. They did. I noticed some drummers they get different people on there. There was a couple drummers that I'm like, man, they sound really good. And I'm like, man, it sounds just, also to production. Production always played the part in a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, the album Under the Sign of Hell, like it was very, I know we're not talking about that, but it was, it was very... Lars trash canny snare.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna wait until we came to that album to mention that yeah, they found
Jump the gun. What the hell?
They found my snare back there.
Someone found their inner anger.
Well, I want to quote something from Mickey one time.
Oh God.
It might be where it's the, what did you say? It's the charm of it because it's recorded for a certain way. Those older stuff is recorded a certain way to make you feel uneasy. That was the whole purpose of black metal, to make you feel uneasy and make you think there is a dark side to life, and these guys are opening the door to what it is.
Yeah,
and it makes there's a charm to it, a chef's kiss.
Yeah, and
well,
like those
I
Norwegian,
Yeah.
Isn't the guitarist, which also is the founding, the founder of the band, the guitarist, I believe is part of the Satanic Church, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, here, hold on. See, that's the thing. See, I'm going to be the protagonist in this, and I'm going to be like the devil's advocate. Ooh. Okay. Well,
are you his lawyer?
What's that?
Are you his lawyer?
No, but there's a whole thing, and a very misconception about the Satanic Church.
Sure.
That they're all evil, and they're really not.
No, they're not.
And
they're all pushovers. They're all pushovers.
Well, I mean, I know quite a few people that are, not exactly Christian, and they are part of the Satanic Church. And it's not something that I'm going to go into, but they're not bad people.
No, they're not. I like I said, I can appreciate, what they do and, what they say and everything. It's just like, it's just to the point where sometimes people take things a little bit too far. You know what I mean? And you're like, do we really need to do that?
Well, you got to figure, black metal and the Satanic Panic, and that's what really kind of started the ball rolling. You had, of course, metal itself.
Enough to even see what they were going with,
Yeah.
Some of it, but.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it was just imagery and like showmanship. They may or may not have believed in it, but it was just something to get like, hey, look at me, whee, over here.
Yeah,
and
like on YouTube or.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, there was no YouTube at that time when it started,
No.
but
It was all
But it was-
hush and
yeah, it was just, and it was a way to rebel against the, very Protestant nature of the Norwegian countries over there.
which you have to remember, black metal over there is like 70% people. Like they love their black metal.
Do not
Love it.
forget, it's not just Protestant because, I mean, the big war between the Protestants and the Catholics. So,
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Ooh, Inception Satan.
Let's
All
check
right,
this
who
one
wants,
out.
who wants it? Okay, so did anybody else listen to this album?
no.
I did not,
Okay.
because apparently Spotify doesn't have it. So
That's funny you say that. There's
YouTube does.
Yes. So 3 albums will not be published under Spotify, Apple Music. None of them has it. Those 3 albums are underneath a different company. So they don't allow that music freely. So I had to download it. I had to acquire it a certain way.
of course you did.
Are we talking like LimeWire back in the day?
You're welcome.
No, LimeWire doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Dude, I got like fucking 15,000 files.
So my friend Jessica, so I do a show with my brother with football, right? Just like this, but it's just football. Jessica is a really good friend of mine. She lives in Pennsylvania. She listens to metal. And she's been listening to albums like you guys have and giving me ratings without being on the show. This is the only album she listened to, and she gave it a 7.5 out of 10. She liked the album. She said that it was kind of hard to get into, but after a while, it was really good. I think the same way too. I think this album is the starting point of the better produced stuff, better playing, better writing, better just everything. And I have to say, I will put this right in front of that one because I listened to this one a lot more than the latest one. This is really a good album. It's very different. So if you go from Destroyer, which is that lo-fi, to this, it's night and day. Total night and day. I think somebody came back for that album, like one of the old singers, and they got a new bassist, and the bassist came from Obituary. So he was in the band for a little bit until he died. He died from cancer.
Wow.
His name was Frank.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he died from cancer. His name's Frank something, and he was a good bass player. But you could tell the album. I could come back to this one without a problem. That's what I really appreciated about it. I think it's a good album. I think it's good. You should check it out. I think it's good. If you like the Inception one, you'll like that one. So,
How would one acquire it to listen to?
yeah, you will probably pick. It's about halfway. It's not. It's like it's a halfway type of album, but depending on listening to older stuff to newer stuff, you're like, wow, okay, this is pretty good. This is better produced. They got their point across without sounding like a trash can. You know what I mean? That type of deal. Sorry, I didn't mean to put it like that. Their very first one, Pentagram.
Pentagram.
Mickey, you want? Oh,
Yes.
music? Did you listen to this one?
I did not.
Okay.
I believe John or Funyun was listening to that one.
Okay.
I listened to Antichrist and Twilight of the Idols.
Okay. When it gets to that, you'll start it out. Okay. All right. Right. I mean,
On my feed.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Started out. What did you think about Pentagram?
Honestly, I thought it was not good. I mean, it had
It had everything you're not looking for.
it wasn't even that. I mean, besides the trying to drown a cat vocals,
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh god!
8 songs,
eight songs of
29 minutes.
somebody trying to drown their cat, and then besides that, it had a very like merciful fate kind of
Yes.
like vibe to me. So
But worse.
but yeah, it was like it was almost like I felt like it was kind of like a merciful fate ripoff, just the way
Right?
with tones, with guitar tone, with just the drums, like in general, like just the music in general seemed like if you actually took King Diamond and put him in there, then it would have been Merciful Fate to me.
So when I listen to new bands, my issue with this one was that it felt like I just hit repeat on one song and that was the whole album. Like, that's what I appreciate with Inception to variety of, what it is. Stuff like that. Oh, Ryan just left. Oh, there he is. There you are.
He tapped out already.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, He's back.
Welcome back. What do
Yeah.
you mean? I've been here.
Technical difficulties.
You've been going off my screen for a while.
Damn.
I have to say, this is D.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to put it in D, knowing that it's the first album. There's meaning behind it, but the musicality was it's hard to get behind.
Yeah.
You can let things slide because of what year it was produced, what band members and blah, 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 blah. This is 92.
We're talking about Pentagram?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought
Slide.
that came out in 2011.
No.
No.
Is that like remastered or something?
It was reissued.
Yes.
They reissued all of those in 2011. That's why there's like 5 of them that are right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a remaster. Now, I didn't listen to the remastered, but I'm guessing it's probably not any better than what it is.
No.
Sorry, guys. Look, man, you gotta call. You gotta call it for what it is. It's the whole respect of something. I might think it's dog shit, but I respect it. I do, but it's not my. I like different ice creams, just not black metal black. I just, you know what I mean. So. If Gorgoroth is listening, I'm sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
I seriously doubt it, but
you
never know.
That's where the musicianship in the later, like in the 2000s, got so much better. And I'm like, man, this is a whole different band,
Yeah, I mean, if I actually got behind this thing more than like once a month, I might be better too.
It sounds like they're having a menstrual cycle.
Oh, Twilight. Oh, let's make sure.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's still Twilight.
Oh, no, it's not. It's going to come off. I bet you it's under. It's under.
Yep.
Oh,
just over. That was under the sign of hell. Yeah, this one sounded to me.
Was this the worst one?
Well, this is the one that they had. Yeah, I think because this is where they had, my snare back there. And I feel like
earlier albums sounded like other bands, and you know, I think they sample that a lot.
Yeah.
This one is very Metallica-esque throughout the years. You got everything from the trash can snare to what is that song? Revelation of Doom or whatever. I mean, it literally sounds like "Am I Evil?"
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It was almost felt like a cover album in a certain type of way.
And I feel like, is this the one where Dracula was like guest vocaling on?
Yes. I like music.
But this is the one, right, where they like, they're not trying to drown a cat. They're not trying to like, being an exorcised demon leaving something. But it's I think this was the one that it was just like the clean vocals sounded like Dracula to me. But I mean, again,
clean vocals.
Yeah, as I use my fingers to make air quotes. The clean vocals, yeah.
The clean vocals. It's one of those that I personally think this album was the worst sounding album. You're 3 albums deep. Like, you expect a band's 3rd album, the 4th album, is to be this magnum opus, right? To me. Megadeth's a little different. They were 2 albums deep because they had Peace Sells. That was kind of their jumping point. This band had Antichrist, right? That was their hit, per se.
Yeah, that was their 2nd album, yeah.
But
so, this being...
They're taking the Megadeth approach where they go from Kill to Peace, down to So Far So Good, back up to Rest in Peace, right?
Rest in Peace, yeah.
Or Hidden Treasures.
Hidden Treasure. We'll talk about that later. But Under the Sign of Hell,
3 years down the road.
Yeah, that was a lot of nose candy times, Under the Sign of Hell, it felt like demos. Like, it felt like they were demoing and they just put out demos.
Especially like the first 2 tracks felt very demo-ish to me, and then like the 3rd track, it was like, oh, we're actually in the studio now, not my brother's garage or whatever.
Not my brother's garage. But
that would be a great name for an album.
That's a sad name for an album. We're in my brother's garage.
Hey, we could have used that. We could have used that 10 years ago.
We could have. We missed an opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. I will put this behind Pentagram. I don't think this is the worst sounding album they have. It is horrible.
It's pretty bad.
It's bad. It is sucks. But
I did not listen to the 2011 version because I was like, oh, it's the same album. I kind of want to, just to see if it's better, but also not really.
That's the only one I listened to. That's the only one that was on Spotify.
No, they had both of them. Because there's one that's it's Under the Sign of Hell and then Under the Sign of Hell 2011.
They had to go under the Sign of Hell
before you wreck yourself, fool.
Twice. Right.
When you click on it, it opens it up that way. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
God.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, the album is slightly different too.
It's
Meh.
Ooh, you might get your Twilight.
So close.
No, you're not. It's not. Watch. Don't Told you.
God damn.
I played this game a long time.
The wheel is messing with you, Mickey.
All right. Did anybody listen to this one, Laura Ama?
I'm gonna say no because I don't even know what that means.
Okay. So this one was before Inception. Sorry. This was after Idols, before Quantos. So this is the realm where the sound sounded really good. And I have to say, for me, this, and you're going to think I'm freaking crazy.
No way.
It's an S. For me, it's an S, and I'll tell you why. I can almost listen to this whole album the whole way through. No joke.
Huh.
To me, this album, there were some parts I'm like, man, this is the best album I've heard in a long time all week. And all of a sudden they kick back into that cat progression, whatever. But they have progressive songs on this album, like really progressive songs, and really good quality of the guitar work, and the drums sound amazing in it.
So like 4 or 5 minute long songs?
32 minutes. It's only 32 minutes, and I could listen to every song. No joke. I'm telling you guys, listen to that. So they have a song called Prosperity and Beauty and Untamed Forces. Dude, it is killer. And they got double bass in it, and like the guitar work is riffage, man. It's total. But the doom in it, fucking doom is so fucking good, dude. I'm telling you, it's really, really good.
Which album is this?
Ad Mori Santas Gloria. Glorium.
Yeah.
It's really
Santos?
Yeah, I got nothing on there.
Does it end with an O? It's Santos.
Santas.
So it's an A?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Nas. Santas.
Santa.
Satas.
Santa.
Santa.
And thank you, John, because now I have gremlin stuck in my head because you mentioned the cat sound, and I think about a gremlin in a blender. Because honestly, that's kind of what he sounds like. He sounds like that gremlin in a blender.
Whoever sings on this album actually sings, like he does have his death metal, but he does sing like clearly. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool, Funny how somebody sings normally and it takes you by surprise. You're like, what?
What? Where'd that come from?
Exactly. So it's a good album, and I gave it an S. I wouldn't put it top tier A, and I believe if I can listen to an album all the way through and be happy about it, I could go with it.
Yeah.
3 left.
Works for me.
The Trident. The Trident. Prong.
The left-hand road.
Prong. What a good band. Why can we talk about Prong?
Oh, God. I love them.
Why can we? My brother said, when you talk about Megadeth, then call me. I'm like, what? He's like, what do we do Megadeth next? I'm like, the wheel doesn't work that way. He's like, bullshit. You're an administrator. You do what you want.
See, that's the whole thing. And most people... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say we could have had a list of, however many bands to do before, and then have the wheel decide for us.
Yeah.
We could have played
I
favorites.
was going to go back to what Mark was saying. I mean, anyone that knows like heavy riffing and especially with that kind of that genre, when you say prong, snap your finger, snap your neck. And that right there will make you get up and either destroy something or will just make you dance.
Prong
Because it's just one of those heavy hitting songs.
All right.
Yep.
The next album, Destroyer, or About to Philosophize with the Hammer. That's the name of the album.
That's just a great sounding name for an album.
Really? You want to say that? Because Kiss had an album called Destroyer too. Is it top
Yeah,
three?
but it wasn't
Copyright. That's it.
That's why they had to use the hammer part at the end.
That's right.
About how to philosophize with a hammer.
It's Mjolnir. It's Mjolnir.
So, did anybody listen to it?
Fuck
Yeah,
no.
I listened to it. I couldn't pick out anything from it that was, interesting or whatever. I think this might have been one that I was. Oh no, never mind.
Album.
It was kind of meh for me, but let's see. I'm just kind of going through all these cool
Song titles.
Are you ripping? You're riffing, aren't you?
He's that Chevy Chase, man. He's doing that Norm McDonald shit.
Yeah, why do the thing? And, yeah, look at that. I'm just looking at the titles here. I'm just trying to see what's up.
And His
right
Journey
there.
is a pretty good song.
Open the Gates was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too. I had promise with this because I heard a couple. I was like, all right, it's not bad. And then they just went into the old stuff.
And then it just went,
It went.
Yeah, it did take a dive, and then it just kind of it dove, and then just
The easiest way I can put it, dude. To me,
it's like it went down the water slide, and then it just went into the pool.
into the pool.
Did it show some boobs?
The mitts should
No boobage?
Those mitts.
Oh,
Yep.
no fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Party
So,
foul.
I'll give it a C. Because it had a couple songs that got it past Pentagram and the Hell one. That's how I kind of rate a lot of stuff. Is all right, if I get halfway, it's at least a C to B. If it's more, I kind of can level it out that way. So for me, those first couple songs are good enough for me to say it's a C. I can pick from them and discard the rest type of deal.
Yep.
They did have hints of progressive in it.
Mhm.
That the next one you're like, that's what they were going for.
That's where they were going to. Yep.
Yep.
That's where it started. It was because I know there were a couple where it's like, oh, the song's done, and then it's like, nope, just kidding. There's just we just decided that we ran out of tape, and there's like a 3-second pause, and then here's more song.
Yep. Yeah, you're exactly right.
That is one of their signatures, though.
And
It's not an easiness of it.
Yeah, because honestly, if you notice a lot of their songs, there will be that stillness, and then all of a sudden you get that dark, the dark voice, and then it jumps back into the song. It kind of breaks, and then you get this uneasy, like Mark said, and then it starts something a little different. Same song, just a little different.
Just a little different.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between the finger in the butt and the pinky in the butt.
How dare you
Just a little
bring that up? How dare you?
We lost Funyun. There's back. He's back.
His camera went out right then.
So
You're back. Yay!
I'll give it a C. That's good enough for me. If I can pick songs, it gets it to it. So, the last two.
Wow.
The last two, Mickey
50-50.
knows.
Well,
Now's your time to shine.
Well, I think also me and Mickey had a conversation about, Gorgoroth, and we did too on the text message that he knew the band. So this album that he's about to do, Antichrist, was kind of like their calling card of this is who we are. This is the album that got them onto big tours with like Cradle of Filth and everything too.
Yep.
And they're like, oh wow, you know.
This is when they hit big. Their first album was okay, but they got noticed, and this was it. And this is when they started running, and they got all kinds of publicity for it.
I'll put it in S tier for that fact, because this is their. If you say Antichrist, this is the. You can name all the other albums, nobody will know them. But if you say Antichrist, but hang on, Mickey. We're going against the word of the wheel. How's it sound? The sound.
The sound is atrocious. It's very very garage-esque. You can hear it's something that sounds like triggers because of the bass, but I think they probably only triggered the bass, and they had it sounded like overhead booms, because he rode that chime the entire fucking time. it was and it gets, now being what I think I'm over 40 now, and going back and listening to it again, it's like, you know, it does not speak to me the way it used to. Sure. But it's still a great freaking album. It has the dark connotations, and then of course at the very end it goes into like this Doom-esque like Viking style feel, and I'm like, yes, this is what I remember, you know. And I still have a love for it, and I'm always going to love this album. And once again, I'm going to bring up all of the static they got from it. This hit right after the boots of the Satanic Panic, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, no!" It's like, come on,
Panic.
really?
I like how you put that, Satanic Panic.
It's real. Because this was what, very early 90s, late 80s?
96.
Yeah, 96. So you're talking, they were coming into they were coming in the same time that, you know, Slipknot was still going and like picking up steam, along with Mudvayne, because they were touring together. You had Cradle of Filth. You had let's see, oh God, Dark Angel. I think was it Dark Angel with them? Morbid Angel.
Morbid Angel. There you go.
There you go. And
yeah. So where would you rate it though? Well, John, how do you feel about it? Because you listen to it too, right? Like,
yeah, I don't remember a whole lot from it because I kind of marathoned this, so a lot of it kind of sticks together.
I think all of us marathoned it. We were chugging along with it.
Fun to listen to
I
it
don't
too.
know if this was the album where it sounded. I don't know if this was the album where the vocalist sounded like the, the baby from Dinosaurs. Yeah.
Knock them out.
This is where I get the gremlin in the blender.
The end of the album was
Sorg,
yeah, like
Sorg?
Sorg,
Sorg,
S-O-R-G. That's how that's 4 letters.
Sorg. Whatever.
Sorg. Yeah.
Well, Runyon, did you listen to that?
No.
No.
Like I said, I'm sure I listened to all of them through, but I couldn't tell you what was what.
Sure.
There was a few that stood out that I commented on, but
sure.
Yeah, it kind of had that. It sounds the same.
6 songs. Yeah. But they had song titles by Gorgoroth, Possessed by Satan, and Heaven's Fall, and Sword.
Yes, I love Heaven's Fall and Sword are probably my 2 very favorites.
Yeah. But where would you rate them?
Yeah.
That's the deal. You could talk about this epic center of an album, but what would it be rated to you guys?
For me, I'm probably going to go A because for what it is, it's the time signature changes that are really weird in the drumming throughout the album.
I know,
because you can only handle a blast beat for so long at that point. We lost them both. They're back.
That's what happened. You'll notice the camera's going out because of what you're listening on, like because you're on the phones. John probably hasn't lost anybody yet, right? Yeah.
Nope.
That will happen, so don't worry about it. If
Okay.
I can see you, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
So,
but like I said, I go back to the the blast beats and losing the time signature in some points, unless it was done on purpose. Either way,
I feel like it was. Like
it felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually when they lose the time signature, they go into a flat spot.
Yep. So, John, where would you put this?
I would give it. I mean, it's like bottom A, high B. You know, like a.
That's a great. We'll put it right there. I agree
because I mean, again, it's like they're like, hey, this is us. This is who we are. Yeah. You know, this is where they started gaining steam, and you know, there's some good stuff on there that you'll like kind of bob your head to a little bit. Or
I want to listen to the remaster of this one out of any of them, because this is their crowning achievement that everybody knows them, and it's like, are you just is it the crowning achievement because of the times and what it meant to people at that time? Because you could say this album is a crowning achievement, but if it's dog shit, it's fucking dog shit. You know what I mean? And that's I want to listen to what it's supposed to be.
For me, it was one of those things where it was the big middle finger to everything. I believe they also were touring. Was it Dying Fetus? I think they toured with them too.
Oh yeah.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, you know, I did follow hardcore for a long time when I was younger, and for me, this was like me having like a slight awakening, and like just me doing this to the world. And the more people bagged on it, the more I listened to it.
Sure.
The more I blasted it, you know, and that's just the kind of personality I am. And I think that flowed with the rest of the people that felt displaced.
Sure.
That's why they got a following, because people felt displaced and they found something to latch on to.
In 97, they were supposed to do a live recording of this concert, and they actually brought live Goat's Blood and Goat's Head on the stage and they got shut down, or the police, you know.
I do remember hearing about that.
Yes. Yeah. They did it.
They go all out, dude. I give them. And there was an interview with the old singer Gahl, Gahl, that I said to you guys, but he was asked about church burnings. He was like, I fully support it. I'm like, holy fuck. Wow. Like, they're all about it. You know, when people are into death metal, they are deep into it. I can appreciate the you know, them liking something and they believe in something. You know, you want to eat a ham sandwich with fucking Satan, be my guest. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But when Antichrist and you hear these songs, I can understand why it's a pinnacle for them, because it was like they put them on the map for what they are.
It definitely did, and they took it to an extreme.
Yes, they took it like no whole bar, dude. They did not care what happened. And I can appreciate that too. Fuck yeah. I
mean, Ozzy did the bat, and they're like, "Well, fuck this, we can do a goat."
What a fucking guy in. And that, my friend, is a segue into the last album, Twilight of the Gods.
That is a fucking amazing album.
It is pretty good. It is definitely the starting point of the later albums. The producing is good.
Yep.
The songs are decent enough. myself, I would put it in B tier. That's a B tier, maybe high B. If you notice the B tier, A and S, those are the later albums of, except Antichrist. That is good to me. I thought it was a good album. I really did. You could tell where they were trying to go with. And they kind of stuck with it too. And I personally think that they finally realized Twilight. They're like, we got to change something. We got to do something. And they kind of, I think they figured it out. You know what I mean? So I would put in B. I don't know if anybody else. What would you think, Mickey? High B, low A?
I would do high B, low A.
Okay.
It has a grittier sound to it, but the sound is better.
Way better.
Yeah, it's definitely way better produced, and it has that thing that kind of latches onto you. Like, let's just say you walk through the graveyard and you need to do a couple 3 turns just to get it off you. That kind of feel.
Sure. Very eerie. Very eerie. Like it's something about it. It's very. It's telling a story, and it definitely is a very uneasy story. Sure.
It took a huge turn from where you see, you're talking what, 2 or was it 3 albums after Antichrist, I think is what it was?
Yes, 3rd one. Yep.
Yeah. And it was a culmination of everything they had done. So for me, that was one of their better albums. So yeah. I still enjoy that album too. I mean, like I said, I did the 2 albums that I hang on to.
Sure.
And those were it.
Did you guys listen to that album? No.
No.
I can tell you that.
Wasn't on Spotify.
I can tell you this much: Inception, Satan, and Above, better produced, better sounding. This one definitely gets into high B, which is surprising to me. I really thought a lot of these albums were going to be B's and lowers to me.
I'm surprised there's a lot of them that are out of the B column.
if you listen to the whole album, I want to let you do.
I mean, I'm proud of them.
I kind of feel bad for them because they get overshadowed a lot for a lot of things that's happened. I mean, you figure them getting in trouble. I hate to put this one live, but the guitarist got in trouble. The lead guitarist, he had to go to jail. The lead singer had to go to jail for violence. This band is pretty. You're talking about Slayer being crazy and being this wild ass band. Slayer has nothing on this fucking band, dude. Nothing.
Once again, I reiterate, this is why when that series came out from Bones and they did a segment on black metal, this was that was their version of Gorgoroth.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It's they're out there. I give them that. They are out there. But you know what? I can appreciate. We might not like this band, might not like what they are, and stuff like that. But it's the whole point of we can appreciate what they do. It's the musicianship is there to a certain point, and it's a free speech, man. Good on them.
Yeah, I will say this: I do not support violence. I do not support. No. I don't support violence, and I do not support life or any kind of sacrifice. So I don't believe in it. But to each their own.
Yeah, I hear you.
And also and I'm going to say this, most people probably don't know this. I'm also going to say this as a witch. I do not support their the way they portray the Satan, we'll call it a cult, the satanic cult, or the satanic religion, because everything's a cult.
It is.
I don't to me it's a little over extreme, but everybody did it. Everybody had to have a gimmick. Slipknot did their thing, Mudvayne did their thing, Kiss did their thing. These guys took it to an extreme that scared the living fuck out of people. And that's what made them popular.
That's right. All right. Well,
All right.
that is Gorgoroth. Would I listen to him again? Probably not.
It's not part of my diet.
Now, I would like to listen to. Excuse me. I would like to listen to. Thank you. I would like to listen to Antichrist remastered, just to see if my feelings of it. Probably not, but I would just like to. Just as,
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Well, guys, we got an S, 3 A's. Like I said, I am kind of surprised we have a lot of A's.
Where we are with it.
Yeah, Well, you have to remember, I am kind of that eclectic one that will go from this side to that side, and I listen to all of it. So these are my feelings of the A's. That could be different for yours, but it's just how I feel, right? So, all right, guys, we're at the end of the show. Time to spin this big ass freaking wheels. There's
Give us something really good.
There is 1, 2, 3. So there's 296 different bands in that circle right now.
Oh,
200. Now I do say to you guys, if we all agree, we can put more bands in there that are not on the list. So if you think of any, I will make executive decision and throw them in the list.
send me the damn list.
I don't even know what bands are on the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Send
throw it to me, and I'll let you know. You don't worry about that part. I'll take care of the rest.
You sound like a perfect receiver.
I'm a receiver. I'm the catcher, not the pitcher.
Ah.
Don't
So
quote
you're
me
like,
on
take it.
All right, here we
Oh
go.
boy.
Something good,
Oh, I thought
something
it was
good, something
spinning
good.
already. Like the.
Oh, it's spinning. Something good. Hey, something good. Hey.
It could be the Jimi Hendrix. It could be death metal. It could be doom metal. It could be hair metal. It could be glam metal. It could be,
Hold on. Would you say grand metal? What's the fuck is grand metal?
glam.
Oh, I thought you said gram. I'm like, hold on. We're doing coke metal? I thought that all had coke in it.
I might have to. Ooh, I see. Beastie Boys. Is that Cannibal?
Oh.
Well.
Oh man.
I will
That's gonna be a
say,
tough one.
Cannibal Corpse is a lot easier to digest than Gorgoroth.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
It
agree.
really is. Funny to say that. Sorry, guys, but to me, it's
at least been a decade.
Holy
shit.
We're talking one of Florida death metals from Buffalo. Remember, they're from Buffalo, but they were one of the type that go down to Florida, the death metal capital of the world, with Morbid Angel and Death.
Dying Fetus.
Well, Dying Fetus was later on. We're talking in the early 80s with.
Oh, yeah.
Way early. You're talking their earliest was 89 with Obituary, Deicide, Death.
Dude, have you ever seen Deicide?
Yes.
Even now, like, what was the last time I've seen was like probably close to 10 years ago. They were still freaking good.
That Florida death metal scene is undeniable. Like, I understand Norwegian and black metal and Swedish and all that stuff. Dude, the Florida death scene was like putting death metal on the Capitol. Like, it put them on the Capitol big time. Cannibal Corpse is one of my favorites. I do listen to them every day, almost, to be honest. So, but
Lamb of God helped them out a lot.
Cannibal Corpse, yeah. Well, Cannibal Corpse is a big band, so we will still divide as much as possible. But
Yeah, 'cause they got,
guys,
like 14 albums or something?
dude, they're
14,
deep.
15?
They're deep, dude.
Yeah.
But
Like they put it in, they put it in and walk up.
But guys, that is the show. Thank you again for coming. I really appreciate you guys coming. I really do.
Thank you for having us.
Whoever's in the chat, I appreciate you being here. Whoever's watching us, we will be back next week, but it might be on a Sunday. So I don't know if anybody can be there. If not, we might wait 2 weeks. I have a wedding to go to on Saturday.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Weddings are traps.
I had to get a monkey suit, so I hear you. I had to glorify. So, but guys,
that's the dirty word.
The dirty word. I want to thank Mickey. I want to thank Runyon. I want to thank Sullivan. I want to thank myself, all myself.
Like and share.
Like and share, please.
Like and share.
Give us input. Give us bands. None of that Taylor Swift bullshit. We're not doing it.
No.
I don't
No.
do it. There will be a
Oh,
second.
come on.
This on there?
Hootie? Hootie? Then I
Hootie
really have to be on cocaine.
Well, I mean,
We get choked up. Dave Matthews might be on there. Mike,
I can do anything. It don't matter to me.
be careful.
Hey,
Careful what you wish for.
Dave Matthews puts on a hell of a show, man.
Yes, he
That's
does.
true. I give you that. I give you that. All right, guys. Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
All right, guys.
Later.
Till next time. See ya.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.